What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Game podcast. My name is Edward, named after a great man, that being my pop. Shout out to my mama and my granny for helping raise boys too. Please make sure you go follow at Emacs Stats for all your up-to-date high school, pro, and collegiate sports coverage. Will not disappoint. We'll keep you up to date on all that is going on in the beautiful, illustrious sports world.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Um, it's I, seriously Xavier Miles. I want to say thank you so much for, everything that you do. If you like, if you share, if you come up to me and be like, hey, y'all still doing a podcast? We appreciate it all. Yeah, thank you. We don't take you listening and you engaging for granted.
You
We
had
love
somebody
it.
tell you that recently, or come up to you and say, "Y'all still doing the pod?"
No, no, I haven't. Because we've been so consistent that I haven't. But when we was like kind of I
Finicky.
had had a few people like y'all still doing it? What you on the
I ain't gonna.
road? I'm like,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
we
lie. I'm so like older would say twisted in my thinking that like somebody asked me that I take it as like a diss. Like fuck you mean?
yeah, no, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. But I knew what this person meant because they had seen or heard me talk about it a bit.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes like
yeah,
the "Are y'all still doing the pod?" is more so in translation. How is the podcast going, or how's it
yeah.
doing?
Or like, are y'all still are y'all still doing it without my support so y'all can continue to do it with the world supporting and then I'll support, right? Like, are y'all still on y'all way, y'all trajectory to get my support as well? Like, yeah, we are.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to our brothers not in attendance. I was just 2-on-2 tonight. Shout out to our brothers. Sean Hart is. Make sure you go follow him as well as our brother Black Peace, and go follow Black Peace as well as his platform. Talking Smoke won't hold it down in their absence. A lot to get to the week. Man, it's a lot. Just had the NBA Hall of Fame enshrinement go on. Young Thug just did a big time interview with a big bank. Um, College football was lit this past weekend. Of course, the NFL opening week has surpassed us. And what better time than be able to reflect on it and just delve into it a little bit. Um, Man, we'll start with Young Thug. So I don't know how Antonio Audacious would like the whole Young Thug situation, as well as like more in terms of like the interview as of recently, right? And I was listening to the interview today and understanding Young Thug's perspective. Hey, bro, I've done everything you can imagine in terms of like building you up, building you into this career of a rap career. And under no circumstances, none whatsoever, would it ever been okay for you to do what you did. Whether you think you was doing right, whether you thought it wasn't going to affect me, under no circumstances, if I'm fighting for my life saying this isn't a gang and you go before a judge and jury and say we are a gang, there's nothing you could say to me to make me believe it was okay or it was an accident or you was bamboozled. Like your heart was still in the place and the mindset of telling, right? From that standpoint, from that POV, I feel like as of today, as someone who has grabbed their popcorn and lived life on the sidewalk and watched the streets from afar, um, and got a whiff of the streets, um, I side with Thug right now.
Why
And
wouldn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just like I don't know if there's an opposing side that could like make if we're going by the mythological rules of the streets, right?
hmm
Emphasis on mythological. If we're
hmm
going by the mythological rules and principles of the streets, I understand where Thug is coming from, and gonna have not yet have made a statement or did an interview about as to his point of view and how he went about it. It's just like, damn, yeah, bro, like how could you do that?
Yeah. Well, there's a phrase that you say. You say something. You don't say in their defense. You say
Oh,
giving them some
shooting
something.
him some bail.
There you go. Shooting them some bail money. So if I was gonna shoot Gunner some bail money, I'd say you were just capping
Hmm.
this entire time. This entire time, and all of your lyrics and all of your music, you was just capping for real, right? You are in the same boat as 6ix9ine. Y'all was body in the music. When it's time to come to be in the courtroom,
Yeah,
y'all ain't had nothing to do with nothing, right?
yeah,
Right? Y'all ain't never
yeah.
popped a pistol, hit a lick, none of that, right? Okay, civilian. Now we know you're a civilian, right? Now we need to now it makes sense why you are not from that life. You talk about that life and got put on a pedestal because of it, because you was capping, right? That's
Right.
cool. We didn't know you was capping. We took you for the street thoroughbred nigga that you said you was in the music
Yeah.
until you went and told, until you went and said. Now it's one thing to take a plea and just get out of jail. It's another thing to go contrary to your co-defendant, aka your brother, your boss, all that, to go completely contrary to his word, right? That's where, okay, now we can't deem you a rat because you was capping, but if 6ix9ine had to eat the cheese, I'm sorry, Gunner. Young Thug ain't came out and said, nah, man, my nigga wasn't stitching, man. He was just, doing what he had to do. I fuck with one, you know what I'm saying? I love him. He would have came out like that. We wouldn't have, all right, Gunna still wasn't a rat. We called you a rat when you first got out of jail, nigga. But we hadn't heard from Thug yet, so we really couldn't confirm it. Thug got out and was trying to keep a lid on it and wasn't expecting somebody to leak his calls. And now that somebody leaked his calls, oh, fuck it, I'm standing on it. And now that he's standing on it, Gunner, you are now officially a rat, brother.
Yeah, man. It's and the other thing too was that Young Thug was saying, assuming it's accurate, um, was like, hey, all of our lawyers on this case were like in unison together. My lawyer was like the head coach, and the rest of the lawyers were like all the assistant coordinators, so to speak, right? The assistant coaches, if you will. So they are following what my lawyer is telling them to do. So in the end, you would like to believe inevitably, like it gets me off as well. And as and also getting y'all off. And the argument is like, oh, well, other guys took pleas, other guys took pleas. Like, yeah, those guys took pleas as foot soldiers. You were being portrayed as the secondary in charge head honcho. So them saying
Yeah,
we're a
like you're the
gang.
premier artist of YSL, bro. Like Young Thug is the boss. You're the premier artist.
Exactly. And this is like
You're
they
the
could
face,
say we're a
essentially.
gang.
Yeah.
We don't care about them. Like, yeah, they're a gang. Yeah, whatever. We're a gang. Why is us a gang? You're foot soldiers. Who cares? But when like a credible source, the second in command allegedly says you're a gang, then it really has weight. Then we really look at Young Thug like, oh, all right, nigga, we about to try to throw the book at you, send everything, including the kitchen sink. you know, and so now listening to what you got the perspective, I could understand why he feel hurt, betrayed, and all of that, and even in saying like, yo, bro, like you get out and you don't go even check on my family,
My
like you,
mama. That
like
nigga
you
said mama.
my mama, like you don't want to tell my mama, my kids, like you, like I could literally have gone away for forever because of what you did. Whether you think it's a mistake or it was misunderstood, and I could have been gone forever for what you did. And you don't reach out to like my bloodline, like what is going on, bro?
But I can't let Thug go unscathed. Also because nigga, I mean, I get that you hurt and I get that we have to hear that you're hurt, but there's a part of me that's gonna always feel like you niggas in the streets, y'all know it's jail or dead. Y'all know it's jail or dead. So for you to be crying over the possibility of jail or dead is like we get that you telling your truth and you being honest and you letting us in on something. But nigga, if Gunna is a hip hop artist and he's trying to sell records. So he's gonna say all this shit in a record, and he's not actually doing the stuff that you having the foot soldiers do. And then he get caught up with the law. How you not expecting him to continue to maintain his citizenship freedom, right? Because all I was doing was capping in my rapping. I was not actually pew pewing and stick 'em up, give me all you got, right? Actually, you was doing that, nigga. Like, you was really doing that, Thug. Like, come on, bro. Like, I know of all of the gang activity that we've done. These people seem like they got a slam dunk case and they giving me a way out. And I ain't done nothing. I ain't done nothing, Thug. I really ain't done nothing. So if anybody should go home, Woody, Wham, Pluto, you, it's me. Nigga. I ain't done nothing. Like I get it, you mad, you're sad because you done everything for me, and now they got me on the stand. But the number one rule in life is self-preservation. And
And
Young
number
Thug,
one rule to
I
the streets is there are no
appreciate,
rules.
appreciate. I know you. I know you love me. I know you love me. But if we was on an island and it's just me and you, and sharks is just around us, I think we're gonna give each other that one last hug, and then we're gonna have to duke it out after that. Nigga.
Y'all take the dead body. Take the dead body.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, Thug, it ain't that much love in the world, nigga, where a nigga who ain't done nothing will, hey, we gonna give you this plea, let you go right now. You just say this is it.
Young
Like,
Thug said, like, one of the things he said that also, like, I paid attention to, stood out to me was like when they were having these hearings over Zoom calls, when they were having these hearings over Zoom calls, like you're not supposed to obviously be talking to your co-defendant, but like they're all on his own call. So Thug is like, "Yo, Gunna, like, what's up, bro? You straight? You good?" And he was like, Gunna's energy was just, well, I'm sure, like, and he was like, even then he started sensing like, "Hey, bro, I don't like how you acted. Like, you not head up, chest out. Like you looking too weary over there for my comfort. Like, what's going on with you, my G?" So, I say all that to say to your point, like. I ain't do nothing. Hey
and then
man,
I think about it too for Gunna. This is my God perspective. This is my man of God hat, and it's like it's gotta suck for him too. You know what I mean? It's gotta suck for someone who put you on, who was a big brother to you, who made sure you were successful, who always had your back, but he was really active. Like he was really active, really out there like that, and you wasn't, and you got caught up in his riffraff to where you actually kind of gotta have to tell the truth. You like had to tell the truth. Young Thug ain't out of jail because YSL ain't really a crime organization. Young Thug is out of jail because that judge was a fucktard and his lawyers got a hold of that ass. And so
mhm.
now this whole thing is a whole clusterfuck. Let my nigga go, and
Do with the rest of that as you may.
we'll figure this shit out when that nigga's out of jail. So understand that Young Thug ain't out because they found these niggas not guilty. Young Thug is out because of a technicality within the legal system that they is
Mhm.
like, okay, nigga, we gotta let this nigga out while we get our shit together. We can't get caught like this ever again because we just let a big whale go. That's what really happened. And Young Thug had the right lawyer to be looking for technicalities to get the shit done, and which he did, which thank God for that. But how is Gunner supposed to know that there's going to be some indiscrepancies within the trial to where they're going to get released? How's Gunner supposed to know that? When they presented things to him, this was early on. So before they presented to him with the plea, they presented him with all they had on them niggas already.
Yeah. Hey, this, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And Thug is the only one that's like, I don't give a fuck what y'all got. Watch him work. Watch him work. Watch him work.
If we go to prison for the rest of our life, whoop-de-doo.
Woo-dee-doo.
That was
Bro,
hilarious.
bro. And Tony Bacon was like, that's not whoop-de-doo worthy. And we go,
I hadn't
yeah, you
seen
had
Tony
sex with
Baker.
my girl, whoop-de-doo. But us going to prison for life, that ain't no whoop-de-doo.
I ain't seen Tony Baker talk about it yet. But I was seeing look, I was seeing Whoop De Doo first before the full context. And as I like kept on like watching, 'cause I started watching it this weekend and I like finished up watching it today. And like I started when I originally started watching it, this past weekend, I hadn't got to the whoop-de-doo, but I started seeing like the whoop-de-doo clip. But I'm literally just seeing whoop-de-doo. I'm not seeing like
When
anything
the junior
before
shit
or
started.
after.
Yeah.
So as I'm like finishing it up and listening to it today, and then I hear the full context of whoop-de-doo, I died. I'm like, if we
Somebody
go to
was
prison for the rest of our life, oh whoop-de-doo, nigga. Like we
yeah,
standing
so
on this.
somebody was doing a skit, a parody skit to it, and this was before I saw the whoop-de-doo part. I seen a clip of the interview, but it didn't have a whoop-de-doo part in it. I see this skit first, and in the skit, the nigga is saying, "What would he do? What would he do?" So I'm thinking this nigga saying, "What would he do?"
Uh-huh.
Right? I finally hear Thug, and I hear him, "What would he do?" It does sound like that nigga saying, "What would he do?" Is that nigga trying to say whoop-de-doo? That's that country Atlanta jargon or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Woody doo. Woody doo. I said, whoopty doo. Crazy.
Yeah.
But now the whole world is saying whoopty doo right now. That shit's so funny.
Nah, man. Yeah, let us know in the comments, man. What do you think about Young Thug's interview and him telling his side of the story? And do you side with either Thug or do you side with Ghana? If you just had to make a choice. I know most folk, us civilians care less, but about the street politics. But yeah, how do y'all feel about Young Thug's perspective and who do y'all
I
side
would
with
love
in
it.
this
I really want
situation?
to know how y'all feel about them phone calls. Put in the comments how y'all feel about
I
them phone
ain't
calls.
done
That
through the
one,
phone. I don't know if you got some stuff you want to say on the phone call. I hadn't like listened to him in depth. I just see stuff on Instagram and just keep it moving. But like, I know he talked about those as well. He was just like, bro, I was stressed out. I was like out of it. Like I was just whatever, whatever. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Um,
yeah, my whole life was being challenged, bro. Like I'm thinking that these, saying these phone calls is all I got for the rest
yeah,
of
I
my
think
life.
that about to bury me right now.
Yeah. And then I ain't thinking that they could get a hold of these shits. You know
Bro,
what I'm saying?
you talk about the art of public assassination or character assassination, like with whoever's behind like the interview, I mean the phone calls, the interrogation of films, like those getting released, those ain't getting released by accident in no way, shape, or form. I'm not believing they being released
But
by
I'm just like,
accident.
I believe you. I agree. But I also believe that whomever they are, they better keep running. Whomever these people are who have gotten access to this and released it to the public, they better keep running
I don't think
because
they need to have to keep running, bro. Forgive me for cutting you off. I don't think they have to keep running because I feel like it's the powers that be. Like I feel like it's whomever has that power and authority to press that button to whatever. Like I don't think they have to be running. And I would argue to you, they're hiding in plain sight of our face.
honestly, bro, that if that is the case, kid, that's the case. Like it makes my brain go as far as like our legal system and our justice system. It's like, bro, that shit could like where black people has been saying that this shit is rigged, this game is rigged, and y'all have been trying to say that the game is not rigged. For that man interrogation film, phone records, and all that shit to come out publicly on internet sites, that further confirms that this America thing that us young black people live in is a rigged game. It cannot be a rigged game if a man can't even go to jail and the phone calls that he has in jail are not even private? Like like it like in y'all's system.
I mean, but yeah, but they would say, are you talking about just from like a public standpoint? Because they on there like, hey, these calls being recorded, blah, 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 blah. You talking about like not having the privacy for them to like stay within the constraints of the jail system and not be okay. They fishing, casting the motherfuckers out there.
Bro, this is why I say that because as a nigga on the inside, what you were thinking about is all your niggas on the inside and what the fuck they saying,
Yeah.
right? You want to call them immediately, put money on the phone immediately. Hey, stop talking. Write a letter, bitch. Stop talking.
Nah, man. Yeah,
But
man.
then who's to say? Because they screen the shit. Like you don't just get to send a letter. They gotta say, hey mama, love you, take care of the kids. Okay, we can send this. That's what they gotta do.
Right, 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 right.
So your letters might not even like, and it's Young Thug too. See, this today shit, we don't give a fuck. My phone calls ain't gonna get public. But it's Young Thug. You would think if anybody had the money and the influence to keep their shit under wraps.
Yeah.
But you saying that makes like that's like a huge conspiracy and less of a theory. It's like huge conspiracy, less of a theory. I'm really trying to wrap my head around like if because I know because if I'm smart and I got a lot of money and that this just happened to me, I am gonna get with PIs, private investigators, to figure out what IPs from what devices pinged what towers at what times to narrow down who was actually the culprit and responsible for my public assassination. This is really what this is. Public public relations assassination.
Bro, I'm telling you, they hiding in plain sight, bro. I don't think the people who has access to them are people who can get quote unquote in trouble, so to speak. Like that's just my POV. I don't have the evidence to like make it not
That'd be
seem so
perfect.
conspiratory. Like I wish I had the evidence to make it not seem so conspiratory, but I would almost bet the house that like the people in charge, the people releasing it, there's no consequences for them. um, but yeah, man. Moving on from the Thugger situation again. Let us know in the comments. Do y'all side with Thug? Do y'all side with Gunna? What do you make of all of this? Whoop de doo. Um, man, so talking we're gonna get to the NFL, we're gonna get to the NFL, but like I said, we just had an NBA Hall of Fame, not NBA, a basketball Hall of Fame enshrinement. NBA players were inducted as well as WNBA players. The players that were inducted, you got Dwight Howard, you got Carmelo Anthony, you got Maya Moore, you got Sue Bird, you got Sylvia Fowles, all great, great, phenomenal basketball players, hence them being in the Hall of Fame. Um, I wanted to first point out this is the first time in the Hall of Fame enshrinement history where you have three WNBA players all be well, there being three WNBA players in an enshrinement class. Again, Maya Moore, Sue Bird, Sylvia Fowles, legends in their right. And Sue Bird is the only player in WNBA history also to have their own statue. So like that's how great Sue Bird was. Obviously, Maya Moore, her career was cut short, not due to injury, but due to activism with prison reinforcement. I believe I'm saying that right. Am I saying that correctly? Prison
Prison
reform.
reform.
Prison reform, as well as like I want to say like helping with not just prison reform, but also just like I think they call it like the Innocence Project, helping innocent victims who are in prison get out and find the right legal counsel to be able to get their rulings overturned. And that's why her career cut short because she chose to take on serve her purpose through that line of work as opposed to still being a hooper. Right? Yeah, big man. Yeah, she did that. She did that. Um, but man, so Melo, we've always talked about Melo. I would say Carmelo, Carmelo Anthony for me, Kobe, Melo, and then like Dwayne Wade. I'm not Dwayne Wade, excuse me. Then Damian Lillard. Like those have like been like my marquee players that like I've always like loved their game and like tried to like take pieces from their game like out when I was out hooping and so on and so forth. Um, Braun sexuals. I know y'all out there. LeBron is absolutely phenomenally great basketball player, 1,010 billion%. But that was Carmelo Anthony's Rookie of the Year award. I don't care. I do not care.
That was his championship rookie of the year award, the whole nine, brother.
um,
Love
but
to
nah,
see
man,
it.
talking about Melo, man, I had his book years ago, called Where Tomorrows Aren't Promised, a memoir of survival and hope about Carmelo Anthony. And so there's this, towards the end of the book is really good read. I would encourage y'all out there to go get it. And when I was reading the book, I was so into the book. I'm thinking like, oh man, he about to get into his career and XYZ, like as you're like reading, because it takes you through his upbringing, where he's from, takes you through the Syracuse days, and like you like knee deep in the book, everybody who's like played a part in him becoming who he is. And like it starts talking about the draft, and he's like, all right, bet. Like he about to get into the league, his time in the league. Yeah, he did. I'm telling you. Like, I'm gonna read it to you. I'm gonna read it to you, son. And so I wanted to read like this last little part at the end, because I don't know, I just thought about something, but it'll come together as I'm reading, right? So last pages towards the end of the book, it says Stern approached the podium with the number 3 pick in the 2003 NBA draft. The Denver Nuggets select Carmelo Anthony from Syracuse University. My chest froze and the crowd went nuts. I saw them screaming, but I couldn't hear them as I made the long walk from my seat to the stage. I smiled as I approached Stern. I firmly shook his hand and pulled my Nuggets hat over top of my braids. I'm here, look. We did it. Let the story begin. And that is how the book ends. And when the book ended like that, I'm like, no, I want to hear about your career, so on and so forth. And I was just thinking, like, when you understand all that Carmelo Anthony has been through, like, getting to the league was really just the icing on the cake. When you consider, like, and for most players, like, bro, like, considering all I've been through, all I had to go through, like, getting to the league is really like, that's the icing on the cake for me. And I just wanted to read that because, like, salute to Melo for not just being satisfied with getting there, but literally with the book ending when he get into the league, you can really look at it as like from the time he got drafted, the rest was history, right? You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, salute to Carmelo Anthony, man, one of the greatest basketball players ever. Also went into the Hall of Fame because of his individual career as well as being a part of that 2008 Olympic team, Redeem team. So yeah, man, Melo's great. An alumni of mine. Shout out to Syracuse University. Shout out to the Orange Men out there. And this is the book right here for those who want to go out and copy it. So yeah, man, this is a really, really good book, really good read. And so yeah, man, yeah, with that book ending like kind of literally ending like when he got drafted on the stage, it's just like, damn, the rest was history after that for Melo. You know, it wasn't
Yeah,
much
buddy.
it's not much he needed to say after that because like the rest was history, man. Like y'all seen me, on the limelight, y'all seen what I've done on the court. And so yeah, man, salute to Melo, as well as all the other players in Shrine again. Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles, all legendary great players, man. And so, yeah, man, salute to Melo with this book and how good it is. Go out and cop it, courtesy of Respect the Game podcast, giving the cosign. And yeah, man, this week's episode is brought to you by Carmelo Anthony's What Tomorrow's on Promise, a memoir
Yeah.
on survival and hope. Yeah, man. But yeah, uh freestyling, not freestyling, but like I didn't get obviously send a rundown, but I'm going off the top of my head. So all right, we did Young Thugger, we did
Well, I
Hall of
want to
Fame
say
basketball and Sean.
it
Oh, go
was
ahead,
great
bro.
to watch. It was amazing to watch him and Allen Iverson. You know, watching it, I never knew that eventually I wouldn't be able to watch these two niggas. You know what I'm saying? So
Bro.
to not for life to just for life to just fast forward to here where there's no Melo or AI in the league anymore. It's kind of like I'm old.
Man, bro. Like
Oh, hey, I seen when they drafted this nigga. You telling me he in the Hall of Fame? Come
bro.
on.
'03 Buzz is old that shit, man. Buzz is old that shit, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to all the new
Nah,
Hall of
man, shit.
Famers. And Melo too is a top 10 scoring all time, as well as being a top 75 player of all time as well, man. So yeah, man. Yeah,
Well deserved.
definitely well deserved, man. Definitely well deserved. Yeah, shout out to my brother, Mr. Joel, for getting me this book too. But yeah, man. I'm going to go college football on Audacious. I don't know how much of a curveball it is because I know boys can be busy, so I'm not sure how much of an eye you get to put on college
Well,
football.
nah,
But
I only watched one game Saturday, and I was watching for Arch Manning, and I was disappointed like everybody else was.
oh, you was watching Texas?
Yeah, yeah. I said that was the only game I was gonna watch because I'm gonna watch Arch Manning out into the league. Like I'm not gonna watch nobody else. I'm gonna watch him out into the league.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay, so all right,
when they
so
got beat by Ohio State, and I was like, damn. And my
yeah, I
nigga
mean they
who was
bounced
in the
back. I forget
rotation.
who that was they played this weekend. They bounced back, but I'm not really giving them credit for looking good. It was like a powder puff like homecoming team that they played against, right? After going up against Ohio State. And me personally, I'm not judging Arch Manning on that at all. I'm only judging him based on what he does against the ranked playoff teams
It was
who are
better teams.
yeah,
That's
who
the
are
reason
loaded
why
with
I just
like
talked about
NFL.
Ohio State and then talk about this week. It's like,
Yeah, like I'm judging him based off how he look against like pro guys that's gonna get drafted into the NFL like him. That's what I'm judging him on.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's what I'm judging Arch on. I don't know if you've seen his post. Like people was talking about him after the Ohio State performance. And I had seen this comment. It was so funny. It was like, y'all do realize he the son of the father that didn't make it to the
And
league.
then, yeah, yeah, right. Whatever the fuck,
I was just
Cooper
like,
James, right?
man.
I do know he got Cooper's genes, right? The
Yeah,
daddy made it. The oldest boy didn't make it. The middle boy and then the young boy made it.
yeah, man. Yeah. Now there was a San Jose they played this week, beating 38-7. But I wanted to go away from Texas, at least this week. And I want to talk about Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood, true freshman at Michigan, starting quarterback. I want to have this conversation. I want to put this out there for everybody. And so he was going up against a solid Oklahoma Sooners team. Their head coach is notorious for not allowing true freshmen to have any type of good games against them. So he typically dominates true freshmen. And so looking at the comments and everything like that there with Bryce Underwood being a true freshman, and the comments are like, hey, he needs receivers. because like Bryce didn't play, but he threw 9 for 24, like threw under like 150 yards. Hold on, dude, man. I'm gonna get the stats right. I promise. I'm gonna get them right, dude, man. I'm gonna get them right. I'm gonna get them right. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get the stats right for you. While you telling me, hey, make sure the stats right there. I got you, big man. I got you. I got you,
I
buddy.
understand. I got to come behind you, man.
I got you, big man. I got you. I got you. Don't trip. Don't trip, big dog. I got you. Pops, I got you.
But I got to get up
Got
early.
you.
I just thought about
Got you. Got you. I got you. I
it.
got
Something
you.
told me just log in. I'm like, man, it's 9:30. Let me just log in. I
Huh?
logged in. When I got to the hotel, something just it was 9:30 and something told me just log in. So I just logged in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. All right, we're gonna get this stuff right for you. We're gonna get them right for you, big man. We got it right. All right, so Bryce Underwood versus Oklahoma Sooners. He threw 9 for 24, 142 yards, and had a QBR of 40. Played atrocious, right? A lot of people going to give him grace, understandably. Understandably so, he does deserve the grace because he's a true freshman. He's getting his feet wet. He's on the road in a hostile environment against a playoff team, a team arguably right now who has the Heisman Trophy winner on their team. And so the conversation I want to have is because considering how bad he played, Dacius, everybody is like overlooking it and they're just banking on his potential in the next coming years, right? And so I feel like we are seeing already in the league a potential. We're seeing somebody being drafted high on potential play out in the league currently, that being Anthony Richardson, right? And so the conversation I wanted to have in terms of as it relates to Bryce Underwood is that I feel like right now he isn't being held accountable for not playing great. If he was playing great, we will be singing his praises, but he's not being held accountable for playing great. It's been told upon numerous of reporters and platforms that he is a number one guy in the country. He's highly touted as a dual threat quarterback. Watching that game, he did not look like he either was able to use his legs or wanted to use his legs. If he could use his legs and he didn't, it came off as like maybe he was trying to prove a point that he can be a pocket passer. And again, that was not, he went 9 for 24. Some people would buffer that, not him going 9 for 24, with saying, hey, he doesn't have adequate receivers. Give Michigan one more year to get him some receivers and then really see what he looks like. Okay, cool. Um, but let's just be careful how long we hang on to this quote unquote potential. And again, I understand he does deserve grace for being a true freshman. Like I say, Brent Venables, Oklahoma Sooners head coach, he takes complete advantage of true freshmen when they have to play against him. So it all makes sense why he didn't look great, and I understand it, and I shoot him bail for like, all right, you're a true freshman, you playing up against like a really tough team. My ceiling my ceiling or player quarterback ceiling for Bryce Underwood, and I want to know if y'all agree with that. I want to know if y'all agree with this. My ceiling for him as a NFL quarterback comp is, dang, I really just had a brain fart, right?
The
Okay, there
potential.
we go. My NFL comp for Bryce Underwood, assuming he gets drafted in the coming years and he comes on looking decent, right? As he's develops, is Jalen Hurts. And if there's anybody out there who disagrees, I want to know what your NFL comp would be for Bryce Underwood as we look forward, trying to peek into the future, what he will morph into once he's ready to be drafted into the league. Um, I got him being a Jalen Hurts right now, based off potential and what I seen versus Oklahoma. Assuming the passing gets better, assuming he embraces using his legs, I put his player comp at Jalen Hurts, and I really want to know if anybody out there agrees with me or disagrees with me. And if you disagree with me, give me the player comp you think Bryce Underwood will be when it's time for him to be ready to be drafted into the league. Um, yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Dacius. I don't know if you've had well, no, you said you only been watching Arch. So yeah, man, understand Brent Venables, like he takes advantage of Ricky, I mean, of true freshman, and so like I shoot Bryce Underwood Bell on that, but assuming he gets better, Jalen Hurts is my player comp for him. So please, I know I'm being repetitive, but please challenge me on it if you disagree, and give me your player comp. Again, if you do disagree, because I'm really interested to see the development of him as a player, and I'm also interested to see how long he continues to be shot bail after this freshman season for him. So yeah. Um, and speaking of
So look
Jalen,
him up.
yeah, bro, check him out. I know you guys obviously on the ground on the road, but I dropped his highlights from the game against Oklahoma in the group chat. So just check him out when you get time, please. Um, Speaking of Jalen Hurts, we're going over to the NFL. Week one has wrapped up. We had a great well, the Texans didn't, as well as your Cowboys, they didn't as well. But Sedacious, respect or don't respect. Respect or don't respect. Brought to you by Carmelo Anthony's book again. There it goes right there. Where Tomorrow is on Promise, a memoir of survival and hope. Respect or don't respect this, Dacius. I drafted last week. We had our fantasy football draft. I drafted DeVonte Smith after the first week. Excuse me. I drafted DeVonte Smith after the first week. I released him because watching that game and watching AJ Brown not get a target until the fourth quarter put me in shock for the future of DeVonte Smith. Excuse me. If AJ Brown is only going to get one target, I could not count on the secondary guy to get adequate amount of targets and opportunities on a week in, week out basis for a fantasy football team. Therefore, I dropped DeVonte Smith, even though he had more points than AJ Brown. That could have easily been AJ Brown, or that could have easily been DeVonte Smith with one target in the fourth quarter, and that's for the entirety of the game. I dropped him. I feel like it was justifiable with the offense that the Eagles have and how Jalen Hurts plays at the quarterback position. Do you respect or not respect me making that decision? Do you feel like I was overreacting and getting rid of DeVonte Smith?
This is okay. So it's a yes and no, and I love it. I love the irony of this because the irony is, guess who got AJ Brown?
I forgot. I completely forgot, bro. And I swear I forgot, dog. I was not trying to troll or be funny or nothing.
No, you good. You good. You
I
good. You
completely
good.
forgot that you had
No, you
AJ.
good. I'm actually glad that you. I'm glad that you set that up the way you did. No, because
Okay.
nigga, I am the one who had to see
Like you're
that
talking to
stinky ass,
me.
that 115 on his shit. I'm the one that had to lose to Darnell this week because AJ Brown didn't do squat. Yeah, if you go look, I lost to Darnell the opener,
Yeah.
and you go look. If you go look at AJ Brown, he was enough points alone for me to beat Darnell. alone. But I'm not gonna put it all on him because Kenneth Walker, I don't know where the fuck he was at this Sunday, but he was
Bro,
in
they
Seattle.
sharing snaps, bro. Him and Zach
And
Charbonnet.
Charbonnet,
Sharp,
yeah,
yeah, Charbonnet, bro.
he gone. But both okay, so this is why it's funny. I benched Kenneth Walker and AJ Brown for next week. I put Roma Doomsday because that nigga lost and still got more points than AJ Brown. And I see that Caleb Williams likes him. So I'm like, cool. Caleb Williams will throw to both his receivers. He won't just stick to DJ Moore. He'll spread it around DJ Moore, Komet. And Cole Komet only got one target. But anyway, I respect it because you don't, that is like that's a
One point
trend.
1.80 is what AJ Brown had this past week. 1.8, bro.
Yeah, 1.8. Yeah, what one even a T, just one in a single digit.
He couldn't even get
So,
you two catches.
bro, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then they won the game. That's why they get benched. They get benched because they cannot produce and the Eagles can still win. I don't want to be nowhere around that shit. I don't want to be nowhere near
Your
that shit.
team don't need you to win. I'm good on you, bro. I'm good on you.
Both receivers, nigga. I said, bro. And the thing about it was the Cowboys were not awful. So since the Cowboys weren't awful and the Eagles still won, I'm like, yeah, no. So I benched DeVonte. I dropped Kenneth Walker. I'm sorry. Yeah, I benched AJ Brown. I dropped Kenneth Walker. I put Rome Meduze in AJ Brown's spot. And later on in life, later on this week in life, when I get confidence back in this nigga, I'll put him in my wild card spot, that little extra receiver running back spot that they give you. I'll put AJ Brown in there and see what he do. But nigga, I was so upset.
Are you
I
watching the
was
game? Are you watching the games live on Sunday, or are you just like after the fact going to go check? Well, no, that's crazy because they played Thursday night.
mhm. I
They
watched that
played
game.
Thursday, so I know you glued in if you was able to get to a room in time or whatever you had to work. I know you glued in to see the Cowboys opener, and
There
you
was
was
no
like,
way I was missing it.
I know
There
that
was
for
really
a
no way.
fact because I know you.
Even if I wasn't gonna be a fan, if I didn't watch the first game, it was gonna fuck my karma up for the rest of the year. So I was just like, yeah, let's just get it out the way. We don't have to watch game week two if we don't want to. We gotta be hit with these niggas if they're gonna take the first L of the season right now, or if they're gonna get a dub. We think it's an L, but let's see. And I was right. I was at Papa House watching it too, so you know them niggas was rowdy. And I was like, you niggas just wait till Sunday. Wait till Sunday when CJ Stroud is under siege at the fucking snap. And sure enough, the best player on the team can't be protected. Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
But
bro.
yeah, no, I respect it, bro. I respect it for sure, man. Because what Devontae Smith, what nigga? Now, I will say this, it's a little sketchy because Devontae Smith got me into the Super Bowl last year with you. So, it's kind of tough.
Bro,
Kind of
it's
tough. And I won't tell everybody that you dropped him. I may go pick him up on my own, but I ain't gonna tell nobody that you dropped him.
no, bro. That's the thing. I wish Izzo could have made the pod tonight because Izzo picked him up, and I would
Oh,
have
you did?
loved to hear his perspective on how he felt about him,
Why you picked him
considering
up? Yeah.
everything we just said. I would have loved to hear Izzo's perspective on DeVonte Smith.
You know who I'm gonna go get?
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers.
okay, okay, okay,
I'm going to
okay.
get nigga Bo Nix gave me 8 points. I was like, yep, you ain't the Bo Nix from last year. Dropping you. I'm going to get Aaron Rodgers.
And bro, I was high on Bo this year. And granted, we could be
We both
overreacting.
was.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he played last year, it could just be like a bad start. Cause like JJ McCarthy, Monday Night
Oh
Football, he
yeah,
played
oh my
atrocious
God.
the first 3 quarters of the game. And I was just like, bro, you can't skip steps. This is a rookie season for him. And the nigga comes alive in the fourth quarter. It's like the game. Sometimes you don't, as a rookie, you don't catch the rhythm or the game don't slow down and you don't figure it out till second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, maybe eighth, ninth game, right? And like you seen him go through this gruesome like rookie hazing process the first 3 quarters, and it's like all of a sudden he just broke through, and it's just
All of a
like,
sudden it was Tom Brady. Just boom.
bro, it's just it's like I figured it out, figured it out now. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
this nigga looked like he looked more like Peyton Manning than Bo Nix do, which was making me mad because Bo Nix is sitting on my goddamn roster right now. And I took this nigga under for passing yards. That nigga blew that out the water.
Who,
JJ McCarthy. And guess who
bro?
didn't
And
get their passing yards?
imagine, Dacius, imagine you sitting there taking his fantasy under the first 3 quarters. You think that money good? You think that money good?
He blazed your ass up at the end. Sheesh.
Bro, you think that money is phenomenal in the bro.
Hmm.
Dog, come on, bro.
I took his
It's
under.
just
And then his under was looking good. It was looking good up until the end of the third quarter. The end of the third quarter, he started getting close to popping it. So it was just
what was
like
his
uh,
what did you take him under on fantasy yards or what?
224 under 224 yards passing.
And they was not connecting at all.
They wasn't nowhere close to that. It was like it was itching at it. And at the end of the third quarter, he's like at like two something. And he's like, oh yeah, this shit done.
Yeah,
Well,
like
was like at the end of the third, he was like at one. Let's say it was like 180 something. It's just like, oh yeah, that's done.
because he finally got in rhythm with Justin Jefferson, with Jay Jettis. He finally got in rhythm with him. And once I seen Justin Jefferson, like, all right, I'm here now. I was just like, it's like I was like
Yeah.
it's like he's fine. Like the security blanket is now securing. You know what I'm
He
saying,
threw a pick six, brother.
bro? He overcame a pick six, bro,
He threw a pick six.
and overcame it. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
You know what I hate though? I hate when the Cowboys draft someone and they go to another team and they do good. And Sean Wright was drafted by the Cowboys. He was the one that did the pick six. Another person that was drafted by the Cowboys is Cheetah Bay Awuzie. So now he's somewhere doing well. And it's like, hey, nobody even know you if you ain't played for the Cowboys, nigga. Jaden Jordan Lewis. He over there in Jacksonville with Travis Hunter. Dog. I hate that they let Jordan Lewis go. I just I hate that it has to be so much about uh attributes than your skill level. I hate that it's like they look at your height and your speed versus the dog inside you, bro. You know what I mean? It's like because I mean everybody can tell that Dak, you're good, but you ain't no dog. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
whoever's
like
the best.
Carmelo Anthony to do a callback to Carmelo Anthony's Hall of Fame speech. It's like statistics don't measure heart. Like
No,
the stat sheet cannot measure your heart.
they don't, bro. And that's what kills me about sports and scouts and you know who gets PT and who gets snaps, who gets reps and all of that. It's just like, yo, but that's just the name of the game, bro. It's like we not gonna always know all of the people that suck all of the time, and we're not gonna always know all the people that are good all of the time. So that's just the beauty of sports, right? It's just you put the good with the bad, you go out there and execute to be the top dog. You know, that's what we love about sports. You got niggas on the team that's tall and slow. You got niggas on the team that's short and fast. It's just like how could they all complement each other to come up with one goal? You gotta love it. But you know, when they tell you certain niggas ain't on the team no more, it just hurt. I'm sorry, it just do. It's like Aaron Glenn not on the Texans. Like what? Like what?
When he
Aaron
went
Glenn
to
not on the
the Colts, or
somewhere he went.
bro, he went inside the division. It was either the Colts or the Titans that Aaron Glenn went to, bro.
Yeah. Because who did he come? Where did he come from? I think he came from Baltimore. He either came from Baltimore or Washington. Can you pull up Aaron Glenn for us real quick? Lil Mac, Lil Mac, wake up and pull up the stats.
He definitely going to sleep right now too. He like, I got you, Uncle Dacius. Hold on, man. Hold on.
He said, "Daddy, pull up the stats." Yeah, man. I man, I miss those days, bro. I miss those David Carr, Andre Johnson, Jamie Brown, Aaron Glenn, all those guys, man. I miss that.
He
Brian
came from the
Cushing.
Jets.
Yeah, okay. The
He
Jets.
came from the Jets, then he came to us. Then he went to Dallas. Then he went to the Jaguar. It was the Jags that he went to. I was wrong
Okay.
about the Colts all the time. He went to the Jags.
Yeah, that nigga was cold though. Cold little cornerback over there on the right side.
Obviously, to open up the NFL week, it's always great to talk about the misfortune of the Dallas Cowboys, right, for good trolling measure. But I dare not do that without talking about how horrible our Houston Texans look, not scoring a touchdown, settling for three field goals, uh,
Yeah, they did.
losing to the Rams, fumbling in the clutch, just not a great game. Then on top of that, we lose our center, Jake Andrews, to an ankle injury. We also lose Kay Stover, also too. Both of them supposed to miss some, substantial amount of time. Has been reported, and we just didn't look great, right? Like I don't. It's depressing, bro. It's the first
Is it
Sunday.
crazy to think that CJ Stroud still played good for what his circumstances were? Is it crazy to feel like I still saw this nigga like damn near pulling off some shit he wasn't supposed to be pulling off?
You know, when you say that, where my mind goes back to is the Super Bowl where it was the Bucks versus the Chiefs, and obviously the Chiefs lost. And I'm like, maybe me and maybe somebody else was like, hey, like we're going with Tom Brady, and like for the most part, it was like for the most part, everybody else was still like it's like nah, Mahomes, and like Mahomes didn't play great by the numbers, and this is when he's throwing lateral passes, diving, throwing passes, like you know what I'm saying,
Right,
body like
right,
he hydroplaning in the air
right.
throwing the football, and people are looking at that. He was. I promise you, Pat. You wasn't born yet, but Patrick Mahomes did it. I promise you, he did. I ain't gonna lie to you now. He did. I'm telling you. And so when you said like, oh, is it bad for me that I still feel like CJ Stroud like he was doing the best that he could under the circumstances? I think about when I was having that conversation with y'all. I was like, yeah, he lost, but Patrick still looked great. And I'm like, oh, the nigga lost. He lost. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all like, bro, it's like
Did you
considering the
see the nigga
circumstances,
laying down throwing football?
bro, yeah, it's like consider the circumstances. Patrick Mahomes was putting up a damn good fight. Like, you know, I don't know one of like if his O line was depleted or something like or something like a
Yeah,
key.
that's what it was. They was
Yeah,
injured, riddled with injuries.
yeah.
The
And
whole
so,
team for real. His defense on the back end too.
bro, and so yeah, bro. So it's just like you're not wrong for feeling like that if you feel like I'm not gonna fight you against that if you feel like that. It's just like before we start, Christian Curtis out. Then last year, Tank Dell. Then, like I say, then you start off this year, like your starting center is out. Like, what are we talking about? Then your second string tight end. Then, like a guy you pick up in free agency again, and Christian Kirk, he out. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, even our number one receiver, in Nico, he didn't even have a great game. And it's just like, do we look that bad, bro? And I don't think we were, and like considering how our O line is depleted, I don't think we were that sexy in no way, shape, or form. Um, like we was rushing the ball. CJ was scrambling. He's typically a pocket passer. Nick Chubb goes 13 carries for 60 yards, leading all the rushers. CJ Stroud next with 32 rushing yards off 5 rushes. Dare Ogunbowale, he cost us that fumble. Yeah, it wasn't great, bro. Like our receiving yards, bro. Over or under, Dacious? Over or under? Hmm. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Over under 45 yards receiving. The most receiving yards by anybody who caught the ball on Sunday for the Texans. Over under 45 yards.
Hold on. I watched that game. I'm gonna have to go over on one person.
No, bro. The most amount of yards a receiver had Sunday for the Houston Texans was 32 yards. 32. 32, Dacious.
Yeah, even if you put four receivers together, that still ain't a lot of yards.
Bro. And Kay Stover, the guy who got injured, he had the most catches, 4 catches, but he only had 4 catches for 22 yards. The most targets went to Dalton Schultz with 5, but he only had 3 catches for 28 yards. Nico Collison, our number one, 3 catches for 25 yards. And it's just like, bro, like what's going on? Ricky Jaden
Hmm.
Higgins, he had the most 2 catches for 32 yards, followed by the other rookie, Xavier Hutchinson, 2 catches for 30 yards. Yeah, man, it didn't look pretty, bro. It did not look pretty. It did not look pretty. Uh,
But there's the Rams too. There's the Rams too. I feel like um, had the opponent been middle of the pack, the Texans would have ran through them. Just me personally. But like you got a stacked um, what's the guy? Matthew Stafford. Then you got Kyron Williams. And then they got DeVonte Adams. Um, who else is over there now? Puka Nakua.
I don't know
Um,
if you said Kyron Williams, obviously.
yeah,
Um,
it was just too much. It's just too much. And then I know the Rams defense ain't the best, but if you got your offense giving you a little bit of wiggle room or breathing room,
all
and
right.
yeah, you just play some manageable defense and you're good. Y'all didn't play that good of defense. Y'all let these niggas get 3 field goals. They clearly got down the field on y'all. So yeah, the Rams survived because they had more firepower. Matthew Stafford had more firepower than CJ Stroud and more protection. If it's all equaled up, I don't say that the Texans lose their game. Now, for the Cowboys, they lose to the Eagles every time. It just doesn't matter. Right now, the way that the team is constructed versus the way the Eagles team is constructed, the motherfucker, we just talked about it. Devontae Adams and AJ Brown didn't need to produce for the Eagles to beat the Cowboys. But
But look,
I do
before
still feel
you,
like the
I
Cowboys.
want you to keep rocking out with the Cowboys, but just to tie a bow on the Texans, that was your stat of the week. As you get kind of intertwined because I got some more stuff coming up for
Oh,
the
not the
Ra-
stat of the week, 32 yards.
Ravens, the Ravens versus the Bills. Some more stat of the week like segment tied up into that, but like yeah, bro, that's your stat of the week, man, with the Texans, bro. CJ 19 for 27, 188 yards. He threw it to you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You had 8 different guys with catches, and the most receiving yards was 32 out of the 8 guys who caught a pass from CJ Stroud this past Sunday. Absolutely egregious. It is not a recipe for even a playoff team. And us not making the playoffs this year is a tremendous step backwards, which we cannot allow. Um,
Wasn't they in LA though? It was in LA, right?
mhm.
Yeah, we ain't worried about that shit. We ain't worried about it. Just like the I could take the loss from the Eagles in Philly. Like I could take it better than if we was at home and it was an opener at home and Philly just came and kicked our dick in the dirt at home. Like that, like
And
that's the
that's where
season.
you draw the
Season's over.
line.
Put a ball on the whole season if something like that happens.
I got you.
Right. But I didn't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
want to talk about the
What's your
Cowboys,
takeaway?
bro.
What's your takeaway with the Cowboys, dog?
No, no. I mean, I felt like the team looked good. I don't want to speak too much on it because I feel like the moment I say that they look good, they're gonna look abysmal the next week. So
And
I'm gonna
allow
just
me
let
to be the one who jinxed. I was very impressed with how they look.
yeah, no, I don't know. They look regular to me, maybe. Who knows? But no, bro. The Cowboys they look all right. It's just it's week 2 and 3. It's always week 2 and 3 with the Cowboys, and sometimes it's week 4. Because I remember specifically these niggas going 3-0, playing some weak ass teams, and as soon as they played a good team, they lost. Right.
Mhm.
So I don't have too much stock in them winning or losing in the first 3 weeks, first 3 or 4 weeks. So that's that. Holler at me in week 4, and I'll tell you how I truly feel about the Cowboys.
Fair.
Dak Prescott and all. Now, what I did want to share with the podcast was that Buffalo and Baltimore game pulled me and my wife out of an argument, nigga. Like the TV is on, and we're at a point that well, I'm at a point now where okay, Baltimore's clearly going to win this, so I can be engaged in this conversation. So while I'm engaged in the conversation, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm listening. And so you da, 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 da. And so I da, 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 da,
Mhm.
da. How you feel about that? And so my wife goes, yeah. So I was thinking, yeah, I was thinking that you we need to start doing this and we need to start doing that. Da, 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 da. Like, yeah, I think so too. Wait a minute, hold on, baby. We got. She was like, no, I was saying the same thing because I was looking at it too, and I was just like, yeah, no, we got to see what the hell is happening. What are these niggas for the do?
This
And
this
boy,
this can wait. We need to watch this game.
oh, brother, and I was like, oh, thank God football's finished.
Hey, is the NFL saving marriages now? Is opening week saving marriages?
Bro, we had to table that shit. We still ain't got back to that argument, whatever it is that we were talking
Oh
about. Because we
man.
just, and the reason why is because my wife is watching the games now because she's in fantasy football. So she watched
Yeah.
Monday night football, she was, glued in. And if Justin Jefferson would have caught like another pass for like 13 yards or something like that, she would have came back and beat whoever it is that she was playing in fantasy. Because she
Hmm.
was really in tune Monday, Sunday. That was Sunday night. She was really in tune Sunday night because that was the Bears and the Jets.
No, that's Monday night
No, that
football.
was Monday. That was
Bears
Monday.
Vikings. Bears Vikings Monday.
Bears Vikings was Monday. Okay. This was a Sunday game. So no, what the Bills and the Ravens made it to where okay, now I gotta watch my nigga who playing Justin Jefferson on my team on Monday. And so it's just cool, bro, because that night we got pulled out of her argument. The next night, she really ain't trying to fuck with nothing but Monday Night Football. And
Yeah.
it's all gravy. I say, hey, baby, you lost, but on Tuesday, we hitting up that waiver wire. Some of these niggas gotta
Yo,
go.
so this is how I don't know what you want to call it, but this is how deep I am in the trenches. So I get up this morning or whatever, I go work out, come back. I'm coming back from working out, and it's like I pull in the driveway, it's like 8:50, right? I know by this time, I know the wife is up. I know now like she moving around the house with the baby or whatever the case may be, getting him fed, so on and so forth. Come from working out, bro. And like now when I get home, you know, I won't say now when I get home, but like there's an added bonus for like coming home now. Like first the bonus is like I
Baby.
get to see baby, get to see the wife, but now it's like I get to see both of my babies when I come home, right? Bro, I came home from the gym. I sat in the driveway. I looked at the clock. It was 8:50. I said, bro, if you walk in this house, you're not going to be focused on waiver wire. You know, 10 minutes is gonna fly by, and you're not gonna be locked in on the waiver wire like you need to be. You already know you're getting rid of DeVonte Adams. You know who you need to go get. If you walk in this house, you're gonna tend to the baby, and you're
And you're
gonna,
gonna keep DeVonte Smith on your roster.
bro, not happening. So I had to make a pimp decision. Do you rush in the house and help the wife with the baby or whatever, see if he up moving around?
Or
Or
fuck
you,
with this
you
waiver
sit in the
wire.
truck and wait for 9 o'clock to get on the waiver wire. I indeed sit in the parking. I sit in the driveway at the crib. I sit in the driveway till 9 o'clock hit and hit the waiver wire before I went in the house because I couldn't afford no distractions.
So you have to wait till 9 for the waiver wire?
Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern time. It's probably 8 a.m. for y'all in Houston.
This is not every day, is it?
This is every Tuesday. So
Okay,
like
okay,
so like
okay.
so the waiver wire locks after Thursday night football. It's locked after Thursday. No, I'm lying. The waiver wire is locked after Sunday. Like if you can still pick up got players on the waiver wire like all the way up until I guess Sunday at noon. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's what it is.
And you
Because you
can't.
can pick them up Friday that next day, that
Yeah, you
next
could pick them
after
up
Thursday.
Friday. You could pick them up after Thursday night football as long as they hadn't already played in a Thursday night game or whatever. And it locks after. I'm telling them how the waiver wires go, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
after
just
I
letting them
think
know.
after this. Yeah, it locks Sunday at noon. It doesn't reopen until after the weekend of games, Tuesday
After
and
that
9.
Monday night football game, that morning after
Mhm.
like 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah.
Yeah,
Uh
we like GMs. Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
that's
So I
what we
hit up
gotta
that
do.
waiver wire this morning. I picked up y'all boy. I don't know how you feel about this. I picked up y'all running back. I like what he
Javante
did
Williams.
against. Yep, I like what he did against the Eagles. I like them touches that he got. I was like, and they playing the Eagles. They playing the Giants this week. I was like, y'all should walk through them because I know they pissed off with losing that game versus the Eagles. So I think they're gonna be motivated to stomp a mud hole into the Giants.
That's
Um,
exactly what's gonna happen
um,
because they're mad that they're giving the Eagles or the Commanders the division. So I think they got something to say about that. Being just, because it was always the Eagles and the Cowboys. We was always just indirectly in the conversation, just inherited it. And now that we start a season where we don't inherit being in the conversation of the division leader, we might have to show how disrespected we feel by that. And so
yeah,
everybody's going.
man.
That's why Dak. That's why, and I realized it too, because Dak was quiet once they got eliminated last year. You ain't heard nothing from him. He got married, he had his baby. No interviews, rarely any commercials. His commercials ain't started coming out till the season started. Dak was doing nothing,
Yeah.
but for him to come out how he came out week one, I was like, yeah, that's why. Because you like, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm just gonna show my shit. I'm gonna just show that I could with protection, I could be one of the best in the league. I was like,
Uh,
we'll see.
last game we'll talk about before we get out of here. Thank you, beautiful people, for your time thus far. Ravens Bills, dog. Also interlude to stat of the week, brought to you by your logo here in the future, and this lower third right here, right, as well as brought to you by Where Tomorrow's on Promise by Carmelo Anthony, a memoir of survival and hope. Um, the past few years, I want to say all time, I could be wrong, but recently in the past few years, if not all time, Lamar Jackson is 1-5 versus Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. They blow a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter versus Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Um, give me your perspective. I have a question I want to ask, but give me your perspective on the Ravens as a whole and how, I don't know, should we look at them a little funny in terms of like their Super Bowl chances with dropping a win like this, or does like this? Is this something that needed to happen to make sure like they on their A game for the rest of the season and the playoffs?
Nigga, that what the Ravens went through is the same thing that the Cowboys went through. Because when the Cowboys got beat by the Eagles, now it's okay, we got smacked in the mouth. We don't want to get smacked in the mouth for the rest of the season. It was worse for the Ravens because was y'all smacked them in the mouth and start chilling, and they came back and smacked y'all in the mouth. And that's way better than what the Cowboys went through because the Cowboys had no chance at winning. The Ravens looked like they were going to win. And for Buffalo to come back and just turn their witching hour around, it put Lamar Jackson and King Henry on notice along with the defense. And if I'm being honest with you now, I think that they did that shit a little early. And now I don't feel like they're going to lose for a while, like maybe November, December. But I don't feel, but even then, because Baltimore gets really, really cold, they can play in the cold. I think Buffalo doing them like that might have been a ruiner for the rest of the league for real. Because they still got John, and with John and his schemes, they still got Roquan as the quarterback of the defense. They still have Lamar Jackson. And they got Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers. It's like I think Buffalo's gonna be good. Buffalo's gonna be good. But what they did to the Ravens is gonna indirectly be carried out to the rest of the league because
They
ain't
did a
nobody gonna have to
disservice
do
to the league.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They gonna like the Ravens are gonna be like, all right, we're gonna keep our foot on your throat all the way until those clocks hit zero.
Like we're not pulling Lamar Jackson. I don't care if we're up
Mm,
30. We're not pulling
yeah,
Lamar.
no, no, no. We can be up 50 is not happening.
Um, yeah, man. So my question to you is now, and I don't know if we really talked about this, but we definitely, I'm about to tell him. I'm gonna tell him, big man. I'm gonna tell your uncle. We have a catalog of your anti Josh
Josh Allen.
Allen, and he wins the MVP last year. He comes back with this comeback victory versus the Baltimore Ravens, which I would say he's learned a thing or two from Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, considering what they've done to them in the recent years, right? Um, how do you feel about Josh Allen now at this point in his career? Has he earned your respect? Or are you no longer anti Josh Allen? Do you feel like he's a fluke? He no longer has Stephon Diggs. So, like, what is your take on Josh Allen at this particular juncture in his career from where your
I,
stance once used to be?
I think I just realized, especially when he won MVP, I think I realized I just don't like his style of play. I think that's what it is. I think
Break it down for the people.
his style of play is like I am like a Peyton Manning type of person,
You like
and
precision,
he's a more organized Brett Favre in a sense. He's a more calculated Brett Favre in a sense. And I think because
a
I can
calculated
see that,
gunslinger.
okay, yeah, that's what I was. And because see, Brett Favre used to scramble too, but see, Brett Favre wasn't big in stature. And so I think because the sheriff wasn't running niggas over and throwing bombs and never threw an interception, to see a nigga run niggas over, throw bombs and interceptions, and everybody calling him a good quarterback, it just didn't sit well with me. And so, but to answer your question, yes, I always respect the game, and whatever his style of play is, it's winning, right? It ain't just he looks good or they put up a whole bunch of points and they don't win. It's winning football. He actually looks like he's going to try to get a Super Bowl and put the entire team on his back to do so. And I think with his style of play may be the only way to accomplish that in the manner that he's trying to, which is putting the team on his back. Good defense, put the O on my back and just have good defense and let's charge through the AFC with that. But if you let me tell it, nigga, if they meet the Ravens again, I'm willing to bet my left testicle they lose. They lose. I'm sorry. It's because they woke them niggas up, right? And that's another thing too, Josh Allen. Like even Lamar and fucking Derrick Henry felt like, oh nigga, yeah, fuck yeah. And you even had to make them be like, and I feel sorry for the teams that are gonna play the Ravens, bro. I feel sorry. I'm going when I gotta play you in fantasy. That's the week that I'm talking about. I'm hard down. I'm hard down. I'm looking at that game and I'm like, I ain't even gonna look at this nigga fantasy shit. I don't want to
Hey,
see that
say,
shit.
bro.
Probably
Hey, look.
disgusting.
I know it's about the game management, but boys got a nice squad, dog. Boys got a mean, like high key, like I
The
got one of them
the
ones this
to
year.
have both just the first two players that you got alone is just like, and I'm like, yeah, no, why? Yeah, I don't know why.
Don't blame
Well,
me.
see, I was
Blame.
going that way.
Go
Blame
ahead. Go
who?
ahead.
Well, see, I was going that way with baby, gonna help her go like a quarterback that had a good arm and who scrambles frequently, and I just felt like Jaden Daniels had more down the field skill than Lamar Jackson. Not running, but pocket passing. And so I went with Jaden Daniels for baby, but Jaden Daniels did all right. He did way better
Yeah.
than that. So I ain't tripping. I ain't
Nah,
did better than
bro.
Bo Nix.
I know. Nah, bro. You talk about because I don't think I would have got Derek. Who did I get first? No, I got D Hen first. I was gonna go running back, then quarterback. But Isaac had okay, I'm not telling you. So Isaac, he had the last pick of the draft, and it was snaking, so he got the pick back to back, and
Mm.
he went C-Mac, and then he went Jacobs. And I was gonna go King Henry, Josh Jacobs, because those were the two I had on my running back board. Like that was my first two. Like I'm gonna get King Henry, get him out the way, then I'm gonna go Josh Jacobs. But Isaac went Christian McCaffrey and Josh Jacobs. I was just like, well, we're gonna have to figure out the running back room later. Let's go ahead and grab this quarterback and like figure it out the rest of the way. So that's really Isaac's fault that I got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna blame Izzo. And bro, talk about having I'm about to tell him. I'm about to tell him right now. I'm gonna tell him because you saw it too. You saw me down 50 points starting Sunday Night Football, and then Lamar and King Henry both had 28, 29 apiece to help me come back and beat Scheinhard Izzo. And I had the Bills offense working in my favor because he had the Ravens defense, and they put
Yeah,
up 38 some point plus points, which start, after a while, you start getting points subtracted on defense if you let it
yeah.
get too out of hand. And so I had King Henry and Lamar Jackson, shout out to Lamezi, and the Bills defense and Josh Allen all working in my favor, trying to eclipse the 50-point spread that Izzo had built on me because he got a solid, mean ass team himself with Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? Some other team. Because when he got Patrick Mahomes, and Isaac dubbed Patrick Mahomes one of the MVP candidates this year. Patrick Mahomes, he put up 27, Christian McCaffrey 23, Josh Jacobs acquired 14, and it was just looking depleted for me. Like they wrote me off when DeVonte Smith only put up 4 points. Oh, they wrote me off. It was like, yeah, bro, it's
Yeah,
it's
you gonna lose.
your week over before it started.
Yeah,
But hey, man, shout out to Lamezi, shout out to King Henry. Lamezi, 29 points. Derrick Henry, 29 points. Brought me home to the promised land. They did us right, man. They brought us to the promised land, get the first win of fantasy football. So, you feel me? Yeah. But definitely. Yeah, I got one of them ones, and then I like I say, man, I had to go ahead and sit in the driveway to make sure I was focused for the waiver wires open up. So
Yeah, I'm finna hop up here and be on way where I sleep, fall asleep. Yeah,
nah, man.
no doubt.
Beautiful people. Before we let y'all go, we want to take this time out to let y'all know right here, right now is a special time. Why is it a special time? It is because the doors of the pod are open. What does that mean? That means we all know that you are listening to us because you're looking for a pod home. You're looking for a pod home. You need a place to go to help you through your daily commute to and from work, help you get through your workout, help you to kill time while you're doing chores around the house, help you just to indulge in great conversation about sports, hip hop, culture, fatherhood, and all that other good stuff, right? And so, with the doors of the pod being open, right now is a great time for you to hit that subscribe button. And if that's too much of a commitment for you, all you got to do is hit the like button. And if you hit the subscribe button and you hit the like button, you're like, what more can I do to be a part of this pod? Share it with somebody.
Yeah.
Share it with your mom and them. Share it with your sister, brother, cousin, uncle, auntie. Tell a friend that we'll be here again next
Put
week.
it on Instagram.
Hit us on Instagram, hit us on Twitter, hit us on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Tell your local church home, tell your local high school, tell your college about us. But yeah, man, thank y'all beautiful people for supporting us. We don't take y'all listening to us for granted. Yeah, man, we'll be back next week with another great, phenomenal episode recapping all that's going on in the beautiful sports world and the beautiful world itself. Follow me at Emax Stats, my brother Sedacious at I Am Sedacious. Follow our brother Sean Hart Izzo in his absence. We held it down for him as well as holding it down for our brother Black Peace. Make sure y'all follow him tonight as well, man. Yeah, man. Hit the subscribe button for us. Love you, beautiful people, and we will see you next week.